Alrighty, hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So we're again in Roblox Studio here. What I wanted to do today is, let's see, what have I been up to the last couple of days? I've just been going through the game. I haven't done much like on the map per se, but I've been going back through the code, and I've just been making it more efficient. Uh, you can go out there side if you want to do cat. Minus 20 out there. Go ahead. And I've just been making it more efficient. And then changing it around a little bit. I did a little bit more work on the house. I finished with the recipes. We'll just go over that here. I don't think I have enough to actually spawn the house in, so we'll just cheat here. Let's see. So this is kind of where I'm at now. So made the game, made it so that way it's kind of it's open world, right? You log in, yeah, you can take these open world missions, right? Get some freight, go and deliver it. Get some freight, go and deliver it. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to work on a mission system because there are some players or people that can handle the open world concept, and there's other people that just get lost. They come in, they look around, oh, they assume that there's nothing for them to do, and then they just leave, right? So that's kind of what I wanted to go over here. I'm adding NPCs. I got one NPC over there now, but I'll be adding more and just working on just local missions because this is a distribution game. It's some of it will be you talk to the NPC, a trailer will spawn, and you'll have to deliver the trailer, and some of it will be the NPC requires a special, I don't know, a special item. So for that, what's got me thinking is adding on to what the player can manufacture at the house. So I'll just leave the city here real quickly. Right. So if we focus on what the player can do, so I finished the basic recipe lists, right? So that you can it accepts boxes, and that gives you your manufacturing credit, and then you need to bring oil, and that gives you your liquid manufacturing credit. Okay, we'll come over here, and I'll just go through it real quickly. This is where we're at. So you got the house, right? You've got your real estate there. Haven't added the upgraded real estate yet. Yeah, I'll probably just do that there. Oh, I need to press the button. I need to press the button there. I'm using my cordless mouse. It's really fast, and yeah, it's not going to work very well. So these, like, there's still a lot to go through. There's no sounds in the game yet either. Audio is something I'll update here, um, probably in another week or so. I'll be ready to start going through, checking out audio and that. All right, so we have our factory manager, and then we have our liquids manager. So we have our medium estate fuel and our maximum estate fuel. And in our factory manager, we have a medium estate box and a maximum estate box. So when you invest in the medium and maximum real estate levels, you're gonna need they will consume these two resources, and that's all. And I just thought that would be cool, just something to throw in there for people to manufacture. And you see the quantities; it takes 200 units to manufacture a single box, and of course, you're going to need lots of these boxes to buy into it, right? So that's sort of the playthrough idea there. But I wanted to expand on that. I wanted to add maybe a second and potentially a third list, and then I thought, okay, so if we do that if we add a second to a third list, um, what would be the purpose of that, right? You know, because at the end of the day, this needs to be a game, and it needs to tie into some sort of playthrough. So when players are in the game and they're doing things, they're of the impression that they are fulfilling goals, and if there's no goals for them to fulfill, again, they're not going to want to play the game, right? So this is where the NPCs come into play. And what I thought was that, okay, so what we can do is um, we can make up special objects that you need to deliver to the NPCs or that you need to deliver for the NPCs. Okay. So what we need is we need the NPC. Obviously, we need to make the mission. The other thing we also need is we need to make a map. So I think I already did that. Where is it here? Marketplace. Which button is that? Uh-oh, I'm lost. That's the marketplace. Let's see, and that's the other thing is for going back to players being able to trade. I haven't introduced that system yet because I wasn't sure how I could tie that into the game. It's really difficult, right? You want to have all these systems and you want to tie them into the game, but they all have to make sense. Otherwise, you're going to have these individual playthroughs that they don't make sense and they don't tie into what's going on. So we have the map here. I don't know why I couldn't find it in there, but it's there somewhere. And I've got these markers on here, right? These are the hubs, the pickup hubs. And these are drop delivery zones. There's more than that, but these are just the ones that are marked. And then these are all the player homes that you can buy. And then, of course, these are the businesses where you can drop off for experience, right? So I wanted to sort of, all this is going to kind of tie together when we make our mission. So I wasn't too sure how I wanted to do that. If I wanted to have a button that you press, which has the information on it, probably would be the best thing. So you talk to the NPC, and then the NPC says, "Hey, I need you to do something for me." And then the actual mission information can go into our button screen. Oh yeah, there's the map right there. So then we're going to need another, or we will need insert object and additional frame, which is going to need to have some information on it. Now, I did make a video a while ago about how to make a mission thing. So insert object. I'm learning about these aspect ratio constraints too. They're really cool. I really need to add them into all this stuff here. So the interface is the last sort of area that I haven't quite gone through yet. Probably next couple of days I'll go through it, make sure it scales properly, make sure the code is working out properly, and that these are things that you want to do, right? We added a bunch of code and we added a bunch of objects to our game, and we got our game to a point where it functions, but maybe it doesn't function to very smoothly and all that sort of stuff. So then what you need to do is you need to go back through all your code, which is what I did, and just smooth it out, make functions smaller, make functions smoother, make sure they end, and all that sort of stuff, right? So now we want to add, we've done that and we're ready to continue to grow our game. And now we want to add missions. So one of the things that we need is, let's see, we can make this one black, why not? And then we can also insert another frame. It could be a scrolling frame. It could be, let's see, this is going to be like our information box, okay? So this here is going to have our information on it, and then what do we need? Insert object, text label. This can be our title, right? And then which would be, right, we can insert object, UI, this kind of stuff, right? Make it look all right, put it in there. Now I'm pretty sure this will scale. Yeah, it'll just do that. Okay. So this will be the title, and then in here this will be our scrolling frame. We can call this mission itself. And then inside the mission, we can have insert object. We could have like a, I don't know, an image. Let's see here. Let's see this. If we go insert, let's do two things instead. This will be our information. We're going to insert an object. It's going to be a UI list layout. And we're going to sort this by name. And we're going to make different elements for that. I think that'll work. And then what do we want to do? We have our title. Oh, and then let's insert an image. Image. There we go. And this could be like the just the mission, whatever. I don't know what you want to call it, but mission picture. Now, essentially, when we activate a prompt on the NPC, it's just going to transfer the information from the NPC into here so we have it. And then, of course, this mission tab is going to be our, I don't know, it's going to be part of this. So anytime we take a mission, if we open up the mission tab, it'll have information in it. Otherwise, it'll just be, it'll be blank or something, or I don't know, haven't thought that part through yet. So then our screen buttons, we're going to need another screen button. What's this one here? The help. Let's duplicate that. And we'll change this to mission. Now we need a graphic. We need a quest graphic. So what I like to do, I like to go to Google. And then I just, right? Oh boy. I knew this wasn't going to end well. Quest icon. Let's just see if the music is still going. And also, let's see, images like that. There we go. Just take something like this, right? How much time we got? Wait, I got lots of time. Lots of time. Okay. Here we go. Let's take this image. Right. Print screen. Awesome. Didn't even have to make it. And then we'll just crop it, right? Like that. There we go. You know. Save as JPEG, whatever. Give us a random number. Okay, perfect. Back to your game. Now, this one here. Oh, there it is. There's our fancy icon. There we go. Great. And I'll probably go through these. These are all black and white right now. I'll probably go through them and change them, make them colorful like that one, right? Just kind of spice it up. For now, that's why this game is in alpha state, right? These are all the things that we're going to do in the alpha stage. We're going to create the game, we create the map, we add the base code, we figure out the core gameplay, and we get all that working, and we get all that kind of working without bugs. Then we can sort of say, okay, now we're ready for the beta testing, where we want to bring in lots of players. And then we want to continue to grow on what we have, either adding objects, adding more missions, adding more stuff for the players. And then once you get to a point where you're satisfied, all the bugs are worked out, and the game is complete, then you can release it as a full version and say, okay, no longer in beta, now we're in a full version. But you know what? Me as an older school kind of individual, I don't like it when they release these games and say the game is complete, and then it's like, oh, here's a paid update, here's a paid update, here's a paid update, and in the paid update, there's bug fixes for a lot of stuff that was supposed to be in version 1, right? So just don't do that. You know, make the game. Don't add those paid updates unless it should be new content, right? So, anyways, let's change this here to title, right? All right. So now there's an image, there's a mission picture, there's a title. I don't know what this mission picture could be. Probably that might have to be saved on the NPC. I'm assuming. I don't really know, but I'm assuming that'll have to be saved on the NPC. Now for the mission button, let's make sure that the code is set to mission and not tutorial. Easy just says if it's visible, make it visible. If not, don't make it visible. Easy peasy. I should probably change that to like at least something instead of just leaving them blank. It's not good to leave those blank. You want to give it at least something. I like to let it wait just a second because if there's any information that the script needs, if you give it a moment to load, it's not going to skip over any of that information. If you tell the script to instantly fire, a lot of times that's when you start getting issues, because it will forget that information and it won't instantly fire. Wait, that map button that works. Okay, yeah, it won't instantly fire, and you'll start to get you'll get errors in your code where it says it can't find the information or it's missing the information. Like in this case, we're going to transfer some information from the NPC over to here. Now, I don't know how that's going to work for the image. I'm not too sure how that's going to work for the image. So what we might end up having to do is make an image ourselves. Okay, so let's figure this out. So we have our mission screen. All right, let's make that visible false. Okay, and then maybe we'll take our NPC and like I want to hide. I like the idea that you have to find stuff. So I want to be hiding these NPCs around the map. So you're walking around. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be adding like hidden packages that give you badges. That also is going to allow the player to roam the map and have goals for them, right? Hey, look, I can find hidden packages. I can find that stuff. It just takes time to implement because if you want to save their progress, you need to connect it to the data save and you need to do all that. So haven't quite done that yet. So we take our NPC and we put our NPC here, right? So now what do we need to do? How far in this? Oh, anyways, not bad. 16 minutes. That's actually pretty good. I'm gonna reset this to here. All right, there we go. Okay, this is perfect. Okay, so now inside the NPC, what do we need? We need a proximity prompt. So we insert object, a proximity prompt, or it could be a click detector. And then when you mouse over it, what I don't like is that with the console players, I don't quite know how they can easily miss click detectors. So it's easier with the proximity prompt. It shows up on all clients, and then that way you can almost like guarantee. All right, so script. So insert script. We'll tell it to just wait. Right, this one here we want to tell it to wait at least a second because what we're going to do is we're going to be adding information in here that's going to transfer, and if it waits a moment, it's going to give it a chance. Okay, so we'll say local button. Wow. Equals script dot parent. There was a button dot trigger ended connect function. All right, now what do we want it to do? What is the quest? First off, let's say it says help me, right? Help me move some things. Let's say that's our mission. Help me move some things. So you find the player, you're like, oh, it says, we say requires line of sight off, and then that way you can be further away from the prompt and you'll still be able to see it. So it says, help me move some things. So then when you activate the prompt, what it will do is we need the player. Oops, and we can say player dot player's UI, right? Because we're going to be searching for what we did. And then we're going to say dot chance. So what we should do is we should make this a local. All right, let's make this a local first off. Let's get a couple of variables here. UI equals player, and then we'll say find first child chance. Yeah, there we go, just like that. Okay. Then we're going to say UI dot mission, two M's, oh, there's no I in there. Oh boy, there you go. Okay, and then we'll say dot visible equals true, and then now we need to fill in the information, right? So we have our title. So we want to say, oops, copy that, and we want to say dot title, right? Equals, and then we want to give it a title. And then we want to say UI.mission, and then we can set the mission picture. right? So we could say dot mission picture URE equals. Now what we can do for that is we can, let's see, we can take a screenshot of something. Let's see here. Replicate storage. No, we want server storage. Freight. Let's take some barrels. Sure. Oh, and then what we also want to do there is we want to add the reward as well. So that's something else. This is just a really quick. I did one before. It was really, really complicated. It took about an hour to do. This was probably going to take an hour or two. But this one is not complicated at all compared to the other one. The other one was pretty good. I liked it, but I just find that this is really simple, really, really simple. So we have our barrels, right? This is the object that the NPC wants moved. Okay. So we'll take a picture of it, just like how we added this thing here, right? We can do the same thing. We can paste it, and then we can crop our picture. You can crop it, right? Save as, whatever you want to save it as. JPEG is good. So in this case, let's say you have to go somewhere, you have to pick this up, and then you have to deliver it, right? You're in your flatbed truck. So basically, this is just a picture of what you need to pick up. So when you activate the player, this is going to spawn into the map. And then what we're going to do on the map button is, I should just take this time actually to find a map. A better map icon. Yeah, then you're going to click on the map, and what we're going to do is we're going to make an icon visible. I guess what I got right now is okay. I'll do that later on my own time. Right, so we'll take this object here, the barrel. This can go back into freight. Okay, now on. Oh boy, having troubles moving. We'll go into our mission picture. We'll make this visible. We'll go into our mission picture, and we need to add the image that we just took. This one here. We need to open that up. We need to create that. So now what I can do is I can copy that Roblox, that asset ID number, and I can say equals, and in the quotes, I can do that. And that way I can change the picture. And then this, I can just have it as just blank, just like that. So it can just be blank. And that way when you open it up, the title, right? And then mission title equals, let's say pickup in this case. And then now what we want to do is, now what we also need to add, we have the title, we need the reward. So let's duplicate this, and we can just put this down at the bottom here, and we can name this reward. It's perfect. And we'll say reward, and then of course same thing. We'll say UI, right? UI dot mission dot reward equals. We can say I don't know, like 5,000 cash and maybe 250 XP. Okay, something like that. And now the reward is going to be handled when we hand in the item. And then in here, we'll have mission information. So here where it says mission, the actual mission part, what we want to do is in the same way that we took a picture here, maybe we want to add steps, right? So what I would do is I would say insert object, a text label, and then I would call this A, for example, right? And then this is going to have some text on it. It could be like that if it needs to be. It could even be another color, like just make it like a gray. And then of course text scale. The text can be white inside here, and we could say like pick up um, at location, and then of course we would say B, right? Duplicate, and then this one here would be B, for example. And then instead of pick up, then we would say deliver to location, and then C, maybe we can duplicate that, and we could call this C, right? And we could say this would be I don't know, locations are on the map. So this information here, is it text scale, right? I wonder why it's, oh, because I said ma, not map. Okay, perfect. There you go. So that information also we can add into here. We can say UI dot emissions dot a, oh no, dot mission, dot mission dot a, right? And you see how I can find it now that we're, this is really cool actually. Copy A, and then B, and then C, right? And then you can say dot text, right? Dot text, and then this is how you can give out. This is just one way of many. There's many ways of giving out mission information and giving out mission rewards. This is just one simple way of doing it, where we're now creating a mission. So we take the text from A, right? Copy that, paste that into there, and then you can set up the text box to however you want it to be. The color, you can change the color now, all that sort of stuff, right? We can make it mission specific. So there we go. So then what we do is we'll delete the text so we can test it out, right? So we can test it out. Perfect. Simple as pie. Now let's go visible false and let's try it out. See if it works. Where are we at on this one? Ah, not bad. If this works, this will be pretty good. And then, like I say, when you're handling the reward, handling the spawning of the item, that's going to be handled on the script that's in the NPC. So when you activate the prompt, it's going to spawn in whatever, right? So we look at it, help. And then what it should do also, it should actually open up the quest window with the information. I hadn't thought about that. So we open it up. Oh yeah, there it goes. Except it didn't. It didn't transfer the information. Why? Oh, do I need to name it, and then do I need to say? Oh, dot title. Oh, that's why probably because I didn't say dot text. That would reward, right? Dot text. That's probably why. Maybe I don't know. Let's try this again. The other one that I have, there's like 3 or 4 or 5 different scripts involved. You got to activate prompts. You got to go here. It's got a little window that pops up. It's pretty cool. All right. So what is? How come it's not transferring the information here? Let's see. Dot mission picture. This should be dot image. Yeah, mission picture should be dot image. All right. The title should be pick up. I'm pretty sure it said that, but I don't think we got to the reward dot text part. And that could have been why, because I don't have my output, so I can't debug. Yeah, exactly. Mission picture is not a valid member. Oh, really? MMSSION. Here, let's do this here. Pauses from time to time. Mouse. You gotta click on it to get it going again. It all loads good. It all loads really good. Hey, there we go. Perfect. So then we have our mission window, and now we have our mission. Pick up liquids at the location, deliver to the location. Locations are on the map. So now that we're able to get that information here, so then what I should do is, so this will stay with the player until you complete the mission. And then when you complete the mission, it's going to make this back to nothing, this back to nothing, and it'll clear all these values. That's really cool, actually. That's really cool. So the next thing we can do is we want to mark the map. We want to make a couple of map markers. So what we should do, this is where it's kind of, you get creative, where you want to start kind of, this is just part of making the whole mission, right? So all this stuff is part of a single mission. So let's see. So that worked there. So let's get the map. Where's it here? The map here. Let's get that enabled. Visible true. So now what we need on the map is we need an NPC icon, and I think I already have one. So let's see. If we duplicate this, and we move that there, and we change this to, I think I have one that just says NPC. Where is it here? Yeah, right here. Okay, so we can do that. And we can call this whatever the quest name is, right? Let's say move quest A. Because maybe there's a couple of different moving quests, right? Maybe there's a couple of this quest and that quest, okay? So then what we need is we need a pickup location and we need a drop off location. And then of course, there's gonna be a legend here, right? We'll eventually have to add a legend which shows the player what to do. So then I don't know. We can go back to here. We can get rid of that. And now we need a pickup icon, right? Let's see what we can find here. It's going to be obviously pickup trucks and everything else. I like this one actually. This is pretty cool. So we'll take a picture of that. We'll say print screen. Same deal. Paste. Crop this. I wonder if I can get it without the. I suppose that doesn't really matter, honestly. Without that, there we go. Crop file, save as, right? That's why I put numbers by it because you never just randomly. And then we need a deliver icon. I probably have one already, but it's nice to kind of. That's kind of nice with a checkpoint there. This one's kind of cool. I try and pick ones with solid backgrounds because otherwise the background will be white on the back, and at least if it has a solid background, it'll be all right. And then, like I said, this is what I'm saying. When you're collecting these things, you can always go back later on and change the color of them. Like we can use this one here. I think I already have one that's green though, so I don't know if I want to use. If I can find one that's blue, maybe something like that, a different color. There we go. Okay, so then same thing, just print screen there. Right. If I had Photoshop, I would be taking these into Photoshop, touching them up. So we could do that like that. We could crop that. We could save as something like that. Okay, so now on the map, we can duplicate that and then move a quest. We'll say part B. Part B. Now this and this here, we can actually group them as a folder. And we can call this move quest A. And then in here we can have A, just to make it easier, because we have to code this, right? We have to say move quest.A, move quest.B, move quest.C, and so on and so forth. So let's just say let's say the pickup location is I don't even know. Let's say it's down here by the fuel station. All right. So right there, and then what we need to do is we need to change the icon to our pickup icon, which was that's the sweet champs. I think it was this here. Check mark. That should almost be the finish, to be honest. I think that should be the finish. So let's say we got to go to. Let's say we're delivering it. Let's say his house is over here. All right, and then we'll duplicate this, and the pickup point is here, and this could be C. All right, so then let's change that to. Just the truck. The truck can be our pickup icon. Where are we here? It's A champs. Nope. Where are you hiding here? Where are you hiding? Too many icons here. What did I save it as? Chaps 4. Chaps 4. Chaps 7. Chaps 3. Chaps 7. Chaps 3. Is it all? Oh, there it is, right there. Okay. All right. Of course, but it's in order in here, but it's not in order. All right, perfect. So now we got that icon and the NPC icon. So we can take this here, right? 1, 2, 3. We can say transparency, or we can just say visible false. And then what we want to do is we can have a legend, right? Insert object, frame. We can have this here like this. I don't know. And then I would probably insert object like a list, and then whatever. And then inside there, you could insert object, just another frame. Yeah. And we'll make this a bit smaller. Insert object, text label. I wonder if I need the frame and the label. I probably don't need the frame and the label, honestly. But inside the text label, we will insert object. We need an image. We do need an image label, and it is going to need to be small. What's the size of this one here? What do we got? 25 by 25. We could do that. The and then we can make that there, I guess. So the image label for this one would be the NPC label. And then for the text, and I don't know if we can do text scale because it might be cut off by the NPC. But we could say quest just on there. Maybe we could say quest. Quest NPC. Yeah, I'm worried that that's going to get. So what would be the other thing we could do is if we took that quest NPC and then I want to make something. I should do something below. Like I'd take that and just let's see, insert object. This is why I was thinking we'd have to insert a frame probably. Put that inside the frame. I wonder if I need to put an aspect ratio constraint in there. I guess we'll find out, huh? All right, so something like that. This is just the legend, right? And then we can duplicate that frame. And then this, and I'd probably make the background whatever different color or something like that. Just this is just for the tutorial, so it's kind of I'm not going to quickly go through it. And I've seen some people do some really amazing tutorials. Maybe after a while, I'll start doing more amazing tutorials. Yeah, so now we need the finish location, right? And this would be like finish, right? Quest finish. And then we can duplicate that. And this would be, where is it here? There it is, quest pickup, right? Quest. Something like that. And then, of course, we have the other legend for these and the houses and all that and blah, 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 blah. So now that we have those three, now we can leave those. You can leave those. They can always be the same. You're just going to move them around depending on the quest. So now what we want to do is we want to take the map frame and we want to make it visible false. And then we want to go back into our NPC here. And what we want to do is we want to say on the map screen, we want to say UI dot mission dot mission. No, not dot mission. Let's see. Yeah, dot map. UI dot map dot move quest A. Dot A. Then we need to make that 3 times, and we just need to say visible true. B and C dot visible equals true. Dot visible equals true. And dot visible equals true. All right, perfect. All right, so let's test that out. Still going. Oh, this ended, eh? Oh boy, let's get this going. I don't know when that ended. Let's see. What are we at here? 44 minutes. All right, so let's see here. We'll get this. Let this load here. We'll view the output. All right, so that worked. So we got the quest. Help me pick up, and then we have the cash and our reward. And then if we click on the map, look at that. The NPC's location, the quest pickup, everything came with us when we did the quest. And then when we finish the quest, this will disappear. So maybe what I'll do is we can actually make the rest. Here's what we'll do. Here's something fancy we'll do with the map. Kind of at the end of the video. Quick thinking. In the legend, we'll make those into buttons. So we take this one here and we duplicate that. But this one here, let's make it the homes one. And instead of quest pickup, this will be player homes. Now, the text label, we could actually replace that. We could go insert object with the text bouton. Yes. Like that. And then we can say text scaled, make it black or gray or whatever, or blue or orange. We'll make the text white. And we are going to say player homes. Yeah, we could do that. And then we could take each one of these. We could group them as a folder. And this could be homes. So that's basically it. That's basically it now. It's just going through and just organizing, right? And then we just have to rename these to A, B, C, and all that sort of stuff for the code. So it's easier to find. Because otherwise this map is going to get really busy. And we don't want to do that because we're going to have all sorts of stuff. We can put hidden packages on the map. We can put all kinds of stuff on here to help the player. And we want the player to be able to choose what they want to see and what they can't see for the most part, right? If we can. So then what we want to do is on the text button here, we just insert object. I would just use a local script to be honest. And then that's it. We'll say button equals script dot parent, right, button dot mouse button one down, connect function. What do we want it to do? We want to say script dot parent dot parent dot parent. Oops. Dot parent dot homes dot homes dot a dot visible equals true. And now. We'll just insert an object, a bool value. Oh my goodness, a bool value. And then we could just name this as show, simple as that. And we want to say if show equals, if show is equal to false, then show equals true. Okay, local show equals dot homes dot show dot value. All right. else? All right. So what do we have? J, A. Let's see. B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. And then we just copy that. Oops, not function. We want that to be false. And then we want to say show equals false. Just like that. Perfect. Now let's give that a test. Let's just give that a test. So kind of a mixed bag, this video. I know it's just kind of a, I'm glad we got the quest in. That's just sort of how to track a basic quest. And of course, there was a little bit of map work and some other things. As you can see, the game is evolving and it's changing. And so what's in the game so far is like the free form stuff, the stuff you don't need to, anybody can do it. There's no requirements for it. And now with the quest, what we're going to do is we're going to start to add in special player items that players can trade and other things like that. Because I want players to be able to trade. They're going to be able to trade T2 and T3 commodities. And this is where you're going to need those commodities for, is to complete a lot of these quests. And I think that just adds another layer to the game where now you have to manufacture the items to complete the quest to get experience. And then when you complete the quest, you're going to get like one-of-a-kind sort of unique items that you can just kind of flex, flex with your friends. Check it out. I completed this quest. I got this item, and so on and so forth. So that's kind of where we're going. It'll be a little bit, obviously, to get the items into the game. So now we have this. We have our map. And then if we click on that, look at that. So we'll probably have another one for labels. I'll probably have another one for delivery locations and all that kind of stuff. Maybe we could do this, could do quest pick up on and off, but I don't want to touch this because these are already going to change depending on the quest, right? So now you have that. We can turn the bus locations off, warehouse locations off, Yeah, and then that way the player can find their way around the map, figure out what's going on, and then in here, these labels as well. Under the quest information, that's probably what I'll do, is under quest information here. Locations are on the map, but then what I'll do is I'll add maybe some image labels in here, which show the images that the player should be looking for on the map. So yeah, so that's gonna kind of do it for here. Quest, trying to it's basically it's as easy as that. So I hope you're able to follow along, and then now the player has that information until they complete the quest, and then when they complete the quest, it's the same thing as what we did with the script, except it finds the card, basically it finds and then it just makes all those values blank, so we can get another one. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing, and I will see you all in the next video. Probably part 2. We'll finish it, and then we'll add some more stuff. We'll handle spawning and all that sort of stuff. Yes, yeah, so it'll be part 2. So thank you so much for watching.